Hello people, it's me, Libluini, and welcome back to Gem and Holograms Season 2. Again, it's time for Dominion 6, and now it's spring in the year 4 of the Ascension Wars. We, the elves of TNN, are still fighting Hinnom, blood giants, and helping Kailaza fighting Uru, ancient people with lots of fur and bigger than normal humans, because that's what the Swedish developers think Uru was all about. I guess we have already too many Bronze Age nations in this fantasy game. Also, first message of the day, we got 40 glamour games from Valgaard, another elf nation in this game, because I went on Discord with this player and we made a gem trade last time. So in between video recordings, I actually went back and sent him the 40 gems he wanted, and I got more glamour gems, which our elves can really need. Next up, we got some more Leogryphs. How many? Yeah, that's a lot. Ooh. 24? Yeah, okay. Hey, okay, I didn't want to mix everything at once due to Maximus. Yes, here there's a combat with finger magic. So now in here, oh yeah, okay, I got it. Leogryphs go to the first leader here. That's nice. I don't think we need more than one swarm. That would probably bite us in the ass at some point. Too many units means higher chance for causing an HP root due to taking too many losses. It's always funny, but we don't want this. So now we have our two flavors of elf kind. The ice magic kind and the normal magic kind. And these weirdos, I wanted to make one of them at least intelligent, but do we have? No, we are slowly coasting along on our abysmally low research power. Do we already unlock the... Oh, Gift of Reason, yeah, we have it. So, let's go back here. Because this means if we can do this, and then give him guard commanders, and we can of course this, and yeah. Now we have a second line of evil dudes for combat. So, okay, lady, I'm recruiting 2 of your guys to join this army. Okay, the question is, are the lumber constructs better than as commanders where I can script them, or... well, it is fairly expensive to turn them all into commanders. Let's see, give the reason. Oh wow, I can even take a Leogryph. The fuck? Would that make sense? What if they're shitty? Well, let's take a land... Fuck. Did the spell not work? First go back and look at the Leogryphs. Nope. They don't have any special superpowers, so they wouldn't be able to do anything stealthy, or they would just be slightly annoying on their own. So let's keep them here. So let's try this again. Cast Ritual Spell, Nature, and Gift of Reason. And then we'll go and select the Lumber Construct. And it doesn't work. Why not? Oh, sometimes I wish the game would just tell me why it doesn't work. Because the last time I played, this worked fairly well. Whoop. Why not? Kimber Benton could, after all, end up in combat at some point. Air Shield. Okay, that is not something she can do. So, dum-dum-diddle-dum-diddle-dee-die. Dance of ephemeral swords and an illusory army to support our folks. The rest can be ephemeral blasts. I mean, I could also give them visions of death at some point, but this only really works if there is a low number of beefy enemies on the field. So the game, for some reason, doesn't want me to use this spell. Well, I'm a bit confused. Why doesn't it work? Give the reason. It's commander status and a sharp intellect to any one being. The target unit must be in the same province as the master. Mindless units cannot be affected. Oh, that must be a change, because in Dominions 5 I remember making tons of constructs into people. Inanimate, mindless. Yeah, that explains. Sadly, I got caught up by accidentally remembering things wrong. So let's see. Elf Knights are fairly expensive, so let's wait until we have more games to spend. 3 out of 3. 3 out of 3, so we give them this here. Now they're really bad at fighting, but they can take some punishment at least. Too bad. But I won't waste any more games in summoning them if that's how is it going. Anything else I can do while I'm here? The Kushi, yeah, that's 10 for 5, but it's, since there is no bonus for higher shit, it's a bit wasted on us. Very nice, yeah, that's expensive for only 3. And again, would probably be for the best if we let this do a mage with lesser spells. And we have 5 footfall, 5 plus. The ritual is 2, 1. Let's see how many we get instead. After all, we have now 4 nature and 5 glamour. So hopefully that means we get at least 7 or something. And those guys you can go back to research now that you're here. Well, since there's no slot free for dogs, and since everything I summon that is sacred has to be blessed somehow, probably keep on trucking with another load of my faithful soldiers here. Recruiting normal units, well, as normal as she-warriors can be. And fill up on the Leogryph. Maybe I summon another batch of Leogryphs. 48 would be terrifying, but I feel like even more would be a hindrance. Yeah, recruitment. Well, get me another she-warrior, please. And oh, okay, that's okay. We're still recruiting 2 mages each turn. Yep. Oh, wrong province. I wanted to look at my capital. I'm still auto-forging a Dreamstone. Perfect. Yes. Any new mage can immediately get a Dreamstone for this sweet +9 bonus to research. We also got the Dream Spools and a Ranger Cloak. Now we have to do some decision making, because our combat mages are... They probably would need a Dream Spool too, but I'll give our combat super mage later when we start moving something better than just a Ranger Cloak. Yetta now has a Ranger Cloak, and next step is a Dream Spool for her. Then Stormer, Pizzas, Jetta, Stormer, Roxy. Yeah, Stormer is missing a Ranger Cloak. So let's see who we can use to do shit. Ah yes, I used Stormer to forge something for us. Well, let's keep on tracking with the dream spools. We still need 1, 2. Yeah, we still need 2 at least. Cool. You can forge something else. Well, we need also those spider amulets of poison resistance, which give us nature magic 5. But what is this here? Ranger cloak. All level 1. Feels like a waste. Dragon scale mail. Well, that's good, but it's also encumbrance. Probably not as good for an assassin. Well, it costs 10 games, so let's not. Let's for something else. Shambler skin armor. It's not really protective. Better at least than the Ranger cloak, but it's getting... Well, no, that's something else. I fought on something in Dominions 5 that also gave you regeneration, but this one, nope. Water breathing and air breathing, because it's 2 different things in Dominions. A water unit getting on land will still die if it has something that only grants water breathing. So the developers invented air breathing to make sure all their bases are covered. Kind of funny, because if you're on land, it works in both directions. There's for something like Ring of Air Breathing or something, which I think only also works on land or something. I wish I could show you, but I can only show you a Ring of Water Breathing, which won't work on aquatic units and commanders. They'll be stuck. Homunculus. Oh! Plus 11 research. More magical commands and this weird guy as a retinue. And the item cannot be removed. You will always be stuck with it and it costs more. No thank you. I'd rather make some more of those weird dreamstones. So let's see. The Gore helmet, the Horned helmet, is another nature game thing. Well, let's concentrate on the basic shit. She has research 15. So let's go to the Feral Woods and get Khan, because he has research 14, which is slightly below. I keep forgetting this. Khan is also someone who has a lot of experience. So let's make another Ranger cloak. +1 for our assassin troops. Pizarus has 1, Jabba has 1. Yeah, that's the last Ranger cloak, then we are all set. Well, Maria, since you're already here, let's forge Dream Spool? Oh yeah, that other shit thing was... How many Dream Spools do I need again? I gave one to my main mage for the next army. Jetta, Pizza, Stormer, and Roxy. I'm forging... Oh, let's forge 2. Then we don't have to do this again. The next turn is, I'm guessing, the turn of the Pixie boots. At least we already have 2. So then next turn our nature mages can instead. Oh, let's do it right now. So a spider amulet for poison resistance and scaling. And we only need 2 then. Oh wait, we have Pizzas and Stormer 1. Yeah, Jetta gets 1 and Roxy gets 1. Then we only have to make the stupid helmets. That should work out. We still have some glamour games over. So, our trap in Ras is still untriggered, to my annoyance, because the enemy collected more troops and hopefully more mages. So now I have to wait until he actually attacks. At least in good news, one of the messages down here was that we finally broken open the fortification in Valgaard. I'm guessing because our friend Hinnom kept moving troops out to annoy us. Servius, a scout who got attacked by the tiny people of Pyrene, and is now dead as fuck because there was nothing to retreat to. Alluvia, Astral Pearls, Ras, Nature Gems, so nothing much to see here. Well, I guess now I have to storm whatever is in here. Well, there's really nothing to do here except storming and eating the losses by whatever is in there. So I have still some Kushi here. Lots of blessers, but more importantly I need my... where the fuck are you? Divine Blessing, yeah, that's good. So now... Oh yeah, that's kind of funny, but you guy... Oh, you are a scout. You don't actually have to storm the castle, that's cute. So let's instead send you... Well, I'm already moving scouts all over the place. So let's send you up into the north instead, because I'm completely blind over there. Oh, still has one army here, but not much more. My main army is now storming Valgaard, and then hopefully we can end this shit. I'm guessing I have to risk losing some of those weirdos by moving them in here, and then probably a lot of them will be discovered, because even a stealth of 85 can only do so much. If there's a sizable army, province defense and so on, there's a lot of chances to roll, and we have a lot of targets. But at least as long as 5 or 6 or so come out on top, maybe. But I really wish he would start attacking me. I guess if we're taking this castle next turn, we have an incentive to actually do something. Otherwise we'll slowly walk around. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I want to reduce the number of his mages, but as long as he's not doing anything, we can't do anything either. Kind of funny. Good that he doesn't know about our dilemma. And I still hope he attacks next turn, because as soon as a big army sets foot in us, we can trigger our assassins. All of them, because why not? We won't get a good chance like this again. Well, we can't attack anyone right now because there is no target. So important to note. Yeah, there is not much the tiny blessers can do. Everyone else will try to get personal ephemeral blast off as soon as Twilight is there. First Super Mage is of course concentrating on Howl, because that's always cute. Of course this only works if the developers didn't remember that one side is supposed to be inside of a castle. Because if you go by the graphics, there's just this big wall in the middle, and Howl and other similar spells trigger attacks from the side and the back. I guess I'll get to see if there are actually some wolves showing up to the backside and bite some mages in the ass or something, if there even is anything left. Twilight, Illusory Army, yeah, that's all completely normal. I don't really want the dogs to immediately run forward and clock everything. Now then, they're fairly easy to get 5 gems for 10 of them. Those are the basic infantry, which probably should be a bit more forward. They can die in case our sacreds are there. Yeah, that's funny. Let's make this instead hold and fire enemy archers. Fire archers, yeah, that makes sense. It means they're targeting the walls. I can't give orders to these guys. Yeah. That's... Let's do it like this instead. A solid block of units, and since they aren't sacred and can't be blessed, let's try to ram them home and let's see if they can just murder everyone. Our sacreds, let's move them a little bit back. Ah yeah, this is our doggos. Well, let's do this. So, Fey Knights first, then our She-Warriors, and then our dogs. Also into solid blocks when not as many get fucking clocked there. And the entire battlefield will be filled with stupid summons anyway, shortly thereafter. So that should work out. This way our less important units should do the most of the dying, and our fastest units should have a good chance of breaking through without taking too many losses. Just hopefully our Firbolgs can take most of the archer counterfire coming their way. Well, let's see how this works out next turn. Ah, yes, so what's in the south? Kailaza has pushed Hinnom back and O2. Of course, there is also Arco showing up. Arco has attacked Rus, so that's hard to tell with zero information back down there. Rus is Fantasy Russia, and they had attacked Kailaza a couple turns ago, and now Arco has answered, which means this is yet another player who entered the war. A really strange war if you think about it. O and Ni are at peace, O and Arco are at peace. Arco and Rus are fighting, Rus and Kailaza are fighting, we and Kailaza are allies, and we both fight Hinnom. It's a colossal mess, and it's Ktis, the land of the lizards, despite being under AI control for ages, it keeps getting more territory biting out of the combatants from both sides. It's a glorious chaos. So, what I'm hoping is that eventually we can do something with this giant block of insanity here. And of course an Anunnaki of the sky can just eliminate infinite armies if we can't find an answer to him. But this giant block will probably stay here a while. Alternative method would of course be to wait until we are enemies of whoever player gets there first, and then take it from them. That's far in the future right now. Now at least more and more people believe in the songs of Gem and the holograms. Oh, good old Gem. Yeah, that's it really for this turn. Since our enemy hasn't done anything yet, we can't do anything. Oh, I can of course save this guy. And then move him back. We also have some money left over. So let's... Griffon Riders are probably more important. So let's remove one of our units in the capital, and yeah, since we don't have enough recruitment points, it's only one per turn, so let's keep this up. Now that I think about it, you can also go all the way here, since there is no threat right now on the battlefront. Unit recruitment everywhere else is at a 0, except for this one thing here where we are recruiting 3 She-Warriors each time to fill up our reserve army. And here we are filling up our capital reserve again. Right now we don't have anything to give them to, so we give them our Sweet Lady of Music, Titan of the Ages, and so on. She can keep them in case they are needed. since right now I probably have better things to do. Yeah, there is really not much to do, no? We're still on our way to slowly march through the tech trees, the research trees of magic. And as long as we can recruit 2 mages per turn, we're set. We can give one of them a Dreamstone and the other one can join our armies. That's perfect because everyone who has a Dreamstone is one mage where I'm less inclined to throw them onto the battlefield for no gain. And we still have this huge block and combat mages anyway. Hell, maybe I add a turn or so extra as research turn, since there's already a lot of mages. Maybe I can even fill up some ranks from Valgaard if the province is finally ours. So it's not much income in here, I guess. I really hope Hinnom starts doing something, because if I have to go over there, things get messy. It would be nice if Silvermark weren't in the hand of our allies, because holy shit is this stupid, because if I come from the north, of course he can immediately counterattack. If I came from the south, I could give him ample time to march out of his capital and could set up a new trap in front of him. But well, if he's not doing anything, I will reassess after getting my claws into Valgaard. And that's it for today. Not much to do anyways in this turn. Libluini out. Okay, and here we are back. I'm Libluini and this is Dominion 6. Welcome to my Let's Play. It's Jammed Holograms Season 2. We are trying to conquer the world with the power of awesome 80s music. Late spring in the year 4, and this turn there's actually not much going on. There's a lull in all the fighting with our crazy world war. Kimber Benton, the sister of Jam, has cast more Faefoot Folk. So let's take a fast look here, and yeah, it's only 6. I keep forgetting it's kind of hard to power this up. Better than 5, but not by much. At least the army I'm assembling here has now a nice size, over 140 units. I have to be careful. Sorry. Do not count too high, since there's this little block of defenders going on down here. Are those Fearborgs or... no, that's Chi Warriors. And that we don't really need that much guys down here. So let's move them to the main army and give them some of the smaller folk here as... so some basic attack orders. So, better. That's far enough behind the front lines, we don't really need anything. We're already going down in glamour games again, so I'll switching to either high-end research on the... and here... oh yes, of course, I can use some of my nature gems instead by making a cornucopia. It's an item that not only gives a high supply bonus, making movement of large armies easier, they also give temporary nature gems and 2, which means in the future anyone with lots of nature gems can use this. Can I use this now is the question. Kimber Benton is now my main summoner, and yeah, we took Valgaard. Huge success. And oh, really, I have some high nature caster. So, Kimber Benton, please make a cornucopia for my combat mages. Next step up, we're elect that Eranach. Do we have? Oh, yeah, of course, Krach. Slightly less research power, so it's not as much. It's a big deal if I forge a new Fistel Mace. So now I can next turn give Tailtir here a 4th level in nature and a cornucopia. We can use some. after its sweet, sweet nature magic in battle. Funny thing, of course, I cannot switch this entire army here to research because Hinnom didn't move, so the trap isn't triggered, and if I move in there by myself immediately, well, that's not good. I'm just wasting all those assassins. My secondary army is here, I'm still making dreamstones, and there are still people here. Oh yeah, well, you are a capital mage, I guess, so you can have the dreamstone now. Now remember, we are still powering up our crazy lineup of assassin mages, styled after the Misfits. And Roxy still didn't get a dream spool. And no, she has no armor, so she gets the Ranger's Cloak for that little bit of protection and a high stealth boost and some extra hit points. Now we have still have the spider thing. And Jetta doesn't have a spider thing. This is again giving poison resistance and helps scaling walls. I still have a dream spool left over. So let's see, Jetta has everything, Stormer and Roxy has... Yes, Stormer is the last who needs a dream spool. After that, dream spools are more for our frontline mages now, since having some invisible bodyguards is good for them too, but at the same time, we yet now need other shit. We need still those gore helmets for another attack for emergencies in case someone gets into too close to them and their high attack and defense skill won't be of much use if they're just magicking up anyway. Stormer still has no shoes. Roxy has pixie shoes, Pissas, but Jetta and Roxy need the shoes now. And funnily enough, yeah, we need 2 shoes and one of those spider things. So let's use our assassins, it makes the most sense. Oh wait, pixie shoes are nature, right? Huh, funny. Wait, that's nature, needs nature too? Huh. Let's see. You guy, Con. What can you do? The spider amulet. It's nature. Huh, okay. For some reason I thought all this shit is dream-based. And the pixie shoes are... Oh, they are mixed, so... Pixie shoes are more important. So let's forge a pair. And let's see... Here. Dreamstones, yes, continue. Forge crystal mace. So next turn I can give Stormer a pair of shoes. Yeah, we're already forging far too much, should we again. Okay, you could be a forger, so let's put the dreamstone back in the box. And give it to one of the 3 mages over here. Good, because now I can forge something more. Better I start with those stupid helmets. Gore helmet. The horned helmet. Cheap. The weapon stats, of course, only count luckily for the attack with the horn, not for the lifestealer attack, and protection 22 for the head is juicy. With this we should finishing up the next one soon, and then yeah, our mage assassins are coming along, and we're forging some goodies for our main army to boot. Valgaard now gets some defense up, not much. Valgaard would also probably need a nice little temple. Yeah, now the defenders are ours, and we get a lot more since we aren't giants. That hurt a bit in the battle, I think. And we got 1000 instead of the 500 of our normal fortresses. That's nice. Elves are good at magic, but not exactly good at anything else. So some minor troops getting recruited here. And yeah, okay, now I have to scrounge together some money. We'll have to stop our insane recruitment. Which also means I don't need another Dreamstar. Because I would have no one to give them to. So let's do this instead, so we not only need a 4th helmet next turn. Let's see, Dream Spools, Dream Spool. Yeah, okay, that's nothing she can do, so I can put her back to research. Horned helmet, yeah, that should be it then. Our assassins are coming along, sadly. That's not even enough, I need more money. When I have squeezed out enough, I can go and carefully take one of my Reaper mage priests and order them to build a temple. And next turn I will use money to upgrade Saran Forest finally, because it's getting on my nerves. The army will rest for a moment and boost my research by a large amount. Yeah, almost getting to reasonable numbers here, 654, which means we can get 1 or 2 important turns in before we have to do anything else. And let's see, if the overall strategic situation seems to be stable, or has been pushed back enough, I don't have to care about them, but Hinnom is of course still a big presence in the south, which is of course funny because I can't help my allies without cruising through his territory since he was smart enough to block me off. Now he has to deal with all those Hinnom provinces and fortresses on his own. And of course Arco's attack into Rus has turned into an attack into Hinnom because he's basically an opportunist. Let's see how this is going. Now this turn I am boosting my research and spend more time forging. Next turn I will start moving again. Let's see if she-warriors are too expensive or incredible, but I can of course add some more slingers. The feral woods aren't recruiting anything. And that's it for this turn. We're forging a shit ton of items again. We are patiently waiting for Hinnom to attack. And while we are waiting, we are building a new temple to formally claim Valgaard for us. And I am putting most of my combat mages to research for a turn before switching them back to attack mode. Let's see, my expectations are low. If Hinnom isn't doing anything next turn, I probably have to think to move all those stupid assassins into position. It's of course always funny, if he starts moving 1 turn too late, he will run directly into my army and fuck up my plan something fierce. But I can also ask Kailasa maybe if I can't march through Silvermark. That would be nice. Well, if all things fail, I have another army ready in a turn or two. Erna and her mage buddies and my second team of assassins can then start moving. Just hope I am not taking huge loss again, since we have a lot of enemies to fight. I still have no idea what Hinnom is even doing there. I'm basically inviting him to give me another bloody nose. But I guess he is trying to do the same. Fair enough. So next turn I will have to start doing something again. This turn we are just maging it up. So, Libluini out.